Gaffer, a game of fine margins, a competition of fine margins, would you make it the performance the lads put in? They did well to get the bonus point in the end.
Aye, listen, I'm a wee bit frustrated if I'm being honest. I thought the first half we were by far the better team. We scored really early. Good finish for Andy Winter. And I thought we created a few more chances and we're in the final third quite a bit. I felt at half time we were in a comfortable position. But at 1-0 it's always game on. When I look at the second half, I felt, to be fair, Queen's Park changed it. They came more into the game, and if anything, they looked as if we were going to score. We couldn't get ourselves up the park. We were deep. We tried to change it, but it kept coming and coming. And if we could try and buy ourselves some time or some ground or some territory and get ourselves up the pitch, I felt we could have caused problems again. But we forgot to play. We went a wee bit more direct than what I would have liked, and listen, we caused our own problems, and it's disappointing to concede the goal. And then at that point it became a game of basketball, because both teams obviously knew we're trying to get ourselves in the next round. So you're going to be up at one end, where you're trying to score at the other end, and they've probably felt the same way. But you get the bonus point in the penalty shootout, and then you find out you've missed out the next round by a goal. So listen, it's a hugely disappointing day. I feel the players feel disappointed, but we can't rest on that. We're out the cup by a goal. Doesn't matter if it's out with one goal or 10 goals. We're out, so we need to take that in the chin and move on and get ready for the league next week.
We talk about that first half performance. No doubt we want to take that forward into the league. How close is that to a John Rankin's team playing? How close is that to the potential you see in this team, or do you think there's still more in the tank?
No, I think there's more in the tank. I think there's a lot more to come. I thought the first half, as I said, I thought we started really well. We had a decent tempo. We created a good few chances. Could we have made the goalkeeper work more? Possibly. But the main thing is we had runners in there. We had passes, we had movement in the final third, and it was causing problems. But we probably just need to be a wee bit more ruthless and take our chances when it is 1-0, because as I said, the opponent's always got hope at that time. And it's just killing it. And unfortunately we didn't do that, and we always gave Queen's Park a lifeline. And listen, their team talk at half time would have been, if we get a goal, the game changes, and sure as God they got the goal. And as I said, the game changes, which is disappointing, but I felt the first 25-30 minutes there's a lot there to be built on. That's what we're looking for, and we need to try and implement that. If we can get it, we're never going to get it for 90 minutes, but if we can get it for 60 to 70 minutes, then it makes a big difference in the overall result.
And I'll go for Andy Winter. He's really come on a bit of form, especially with the league campaign came up. We couldn't have came at a better time for him.
Yeah, listen, Andy's in the team to score goals, and that's why we spoke about before the game. That was only changed for last week. Andy comes into the team, and he's in the team to score goals, and he puts that right within about the first 5 minutes. So to get an early lead, he's always a threat. He's always on the shoulder. He's always desperate to score goals, and we can see that. He took a wee knock, so that's why we try and change it and get him off. But really pleasing that they're in the final area. You see him and Andy Ryan causing problems, and it's a case of, can we continue to supply them with the ball? And I felt like the second half we didn't, and that was a disappointing thing, because they become isolated.
How's the squad looking? Obviously it's still early days in the reaction after the game, but in terms of fitness wise, is anybody carrying any knocks or anything like that after the game?
No, just Andy asked to come off, obviously. 10 minutes before he did, we tried to squeeze another wee bit out of him. So he's got a knock, we'll need to nurse. But apart from that, everybody's fine. And hopefully, as I said, they keep saying, we need a wee bit of quality to try and help us. Probably in the latter parts of the game, but definitely somebody that can come in and push starters and try and get a starting place as well. So listen, today there's positives to take for the first half and negatives to take for the second half. So we can go and look at them and try and develop them and become better at them, and if we can, then great. It's only going to go one way.
And finally, 7 days to our next fixture. Do you use this week to reflect on the campaign as a whole, or have you done each game at a time and it's just a case of looking at the fact we played two opponents from our Division 1? Okay, Dundee wasn't a great performance, but today we really did take the game to Queen's Park at times and really showed that we have quality playing the front foot.
We'll look at the 4 games and how we played in particular parts and times, and sometimes we started really well, sometimes we started poor, and if we can put that together and start well and obviously finish the game well, then you have a chance. But there's no point in dwelling on the fact that we're out of the cup. We've got to, as I said, we've just got to look at the video, put it together, and give the players good examples and good practice to try and take into the season. And it's going to be a big week. We're looking forward to the season starting. Let's not forget it's the league next week, so a lot of work to be done. Looking forward to it, and it's a big week ahead for the players.